It is blue. Hello. So guys, today we are giving this Atcoder Beginner Round 364. We are not late, but it's okay. Right. So basically, yeah. If s equals to suite last plus plus as last equals 0. Now if last is greater than 1, answer is 0. If answer no slash n. Okay. Yes, yes, no. Okay, he can eat. There is a grid H rows and W columns that okay, top to right empty, okay, not empty, is currently at cell this thing, and according to the rules, okay, print the cell completing the series of actions, okay. That is very difficult, I guess. N comma n. A vector of a string of mat of n for auto. Okay. Sx and sy. Okay. Map of char comma pair of int comma int, right. Info, so info of up will be is equals to minus 1 comma 0, right, up, down, left, right. Down is basically 1, 0 minus 1. Okay, so now cx will be equals to x plus equals to, sorry, x plus info of s of I dot first, and cy will be equals to y plus info of s of I dot second. So now if cx is less than and then cx is greater than equals to 0, and cy is greater than m, and cy is greater than equals to 0, and mat of cx comma cy is equals to dot x equals to cx, y is equals to cy. Mat नहीं भी है ये. Right. There and dishes and add dishes sweetness of AI and the saltiness of BI. Takashi plans to arrange this and dishes in any order he likes. Okay. He will eat the dishes in the arranged order, but will stop eating as soon as the total sweetness of the dishes exceeds the minimum possible number of dishes that he will end up eating. Okay. That is interesting. Come on. N comma x comma y is here. Something is wrong here. This cannot be the answer, right? As soon as the total sweetness of the dishes he has eaten exceeds X or what are you talking about, bro? Four आंसर क्यों आ रहा है? How? Why is this even a question? क्वेश्चन क्यों है ये? क्या घटिया क्वेश्चन था भाई ये? That's interesting. You don't need to find. Wait a second. That can be done, I guess. Actually, what? Okay. Crazy. The dishes are numbered from 1 to n. And the dish I, sweetness, saltiness. Okay, Takashi can arrange in any order he likes. Snoop will eat these dishes in any order, in the order they are arranged. But if at any point the sort of saltiness of the dish, maximum possible number of dishes, Snoop will eat. Optimal arrangement you have to find, right? Optimal arrangement. Both minimize. You want to minimize both. Both should be minimized, right? N is at T. That is interesting, actually. Connection is unstable. What do you even mean that? What do you even mean by that? The arrangement actually doesn't matter, right? Their arrangement doesn't matter. You just want to choose a subset, longest subset, such that the sum of A's is less than equals to X and sum of B's is less than equals to Y. Right. This is what you want. Interesting. If I do 80, right? I do 80 into 80 into 14 char, it will be how much? That is a big number. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 into 10 to the power 7. Can work, right? So what I was saying was that it will be like 80 into 80 into 10 to the power 4, right? So 4 है ना? 4 है. So what will this signify? What will this signify is basically dp of I of j comma x will give me what is the minimum sum of b's I can get if I choose if j dishes are chosen out of I dishes first I dishes with sum equals to with sum of a's equals x. Right, this is the dp I want to make. Let's try. N, x, and y, right? Or I don't think it's needed. It is needed, to be honest, right? To initialize it with int maximum or y plus 1, right? But initially dp of 0 comma 1 0 comma 1 will be what, right? यार मुझे वही बनाना चाहिए यार, वो बेटर एक्चुअली, राइट? So if I is equals to n, return. Actually, I am not returning anything. I am returning. Return what? The maximum you can get, right? Maximum sum you can get. So this is not this now. This is not this thing. Shut the fuck up. If you are at 0 index and you have chosen only 1, that basically means that the minimum you can get here is basically equals to for everyone. No. So it will be dp of 0 will be equals to a of I. Sorry, b of I. 1 choose कर लिया and a of I. So it must be less than that, no? If a of I, a of 0 is less than equals to x. So now basically I will be looping this I is equals to 0 plus j is equals to 0 and j less than j plus actually I equals to उसमें तो हो चुका है ना अब बनते शुरू करेंगे हम लोग basically and selections can be 0 also, it doesn't matter. So if it's and dp of 0 will be is equals to 1 0, okay, and then you gotta got k also, right? K is equals to k less than k plus k of I will be less than equals to x plus plus. So now dp of I plus j plus wait a second. If dp of I minus 1 comma j it can get max I plus 1, okay. So if j of k is not equals to minus 1 is less than y, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? dp of I comma j plus k plus a of I is equals to minimum of dp of j comma k plus a of I comma this thing plus b of I है कि नहीं? बस खत्म बात. If this thing dp of I comma j plus k plus a of I is less than y less than equals to y, then this out, then this answer equals to maximum answer comma j. There is a one problem here, which is basically your j will also increase. Your j will also increase. So this is the maximum you can get actually. But you can also choose not to choose, no? B of I. Where is B of I? B of 0. What the hell? You can also choose not to do anything. So j comma k will be equals to minimum of dp of j of k. Actually, wait a second. You just have to do like this. So if k plus the k of I is less than n, or k minus a of I is greater than or equals to 0, and j is also something, then basically dp of ijk will be equals to minimum dp of I comma j comma I minus 1. Okay, I can choose this from there. dp of I j k is equal to I minus 1 j minus 1 and k minus f I plus b of I. 2 आ रहा है which is wrong. Why? Because this is the case. अब 4 आ रहा है, इसमें 6 आ रहा है bro. That is absolutely crazy. 6 कैसे आ सकता है? I was saying that k should be less than equals x. dp of अगर वैलिड हुआ ना हम यहाँ पे चीज प्रिंट करेंगे. One zero zero. That makes sense. Okay, now इसमें आ रहा है कि 154. What? The point is कि 3 कैसे आ रहा है? That is 6 कैसे आ रहा है? अचानक से 6 कैसे आ गया? हैं? अचानक से कैसे आ गया 6? That is the question. कि 5 में से you have chosen 6 directly. Wow, right? Wow, bro, that is absolutely crazy. 5 में 6 चूज करने से आना 0 आ रहा है apparently. 0 कैसे आ रहा है जब मैंने y प्लस मार रखा है मेरे. देखो एरे को इनपुट कराया है, ठीक है, फिर सब चीज को मैंने इनिशियलाइज भी कराया. एवरीथिंग विल बी इज इक्वल्स टू y plus 1 initially, right? Now you are asking that if it will work or not, right? Should be is equals to 0 and your j should be positive so that you can go behind, right? dp of I j comma k. Absolutely wrong it is. 5051. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. 5 is the problem. 5 में अचानक से पता नहीं कैसे 6 में काम करने लग गया. 5 में 2 में काम नहीं करा, 6 में आ गया वो काम करने. कैसे? क्योंकि जैसे ही वो यहाँ पे आया ना तो उसने बोला क्या 4 5 अवेलेबल है, तो वो बोलेगा 4 5 तो में कुछ है, 4 5 में तो कुछ होगा ही नहीं. 4 5 तो यहाँ पे आया ही नहीं है, 4 2 तक आया बस, है ना? तो जब वो 4 5 में जा रहा होगा ये कुछ गलती है, तो आगे और गलती हुई है इसमें. बताऊँ आई जे के मिनिमम dp of I minus 1 jk. Sure. dp of I jk, comma dp of I. अच्छा, मैंने इसको नहीं कराया ना अभी, शायद इसके कारण हुआ है। #81, 81. It is still wrong. Why it is giving me the wrong answer? तो लास्ट केस में 3 पॉसिबल है, बट कैसे पॉसिबल है? तो भी ना 193, 154. That is crazy. हाउ इट इज? देख, इसमें कोई भी 3 को प्लस करेगा तो मैक्सिमम जा ही रहा है, देख ले तू। 1, 2, what the how? फर्स्ट का आंसर 3 है, पहले वो चेक करता हूँ। फर्स्ट का आंसर 3 है, वाई? 2 1 दिखा, 2 1 2 1 2 1 is basically 2 1 3 is basically 2, right? Absolutely correct. Now it's basically 3 2 7. 3 2 7 is 3, right? And for 4, and then you go to 1. Why? Oh, last one is valid actually. Last one you can do. Okay, so this is the maximum of n comma answer plus 1. Sorry, minimum over. Last one you can do. Nice DP question. Took me more than क्योंकि मुझे आइडिया जल्दी मिल गया था, तो मुझे तो और थोड़ा जल्दी करना चाहिए था सॉल्व, है ना? Let's try FIS. That is so crazy. Right. N plus Q queries initially has no edges. For this graph, perform the operations. Okay, for each integer j, sure, add an edge, undirected edge with cost ci between n plus I and j. What? n plus I and j में ऐड करना है. ठीक है, that makes sense actually. Determine if the graph is connected after all the operations are completed. If it's connected, find the cost of the minimum spanning tree. Okay, that is crazy. So basically what will happen is, let's say you are given some, let's say 1 2 3 ऐसा करके n तक दिया है, 2 3 4 n तक दिया है. Now for the I query will give you two things, ci basically, sorry, l, r and c. So what you want to do is you want to create an edge j in L2R. For every j in L2R, add edge between I and n plus I. Sorry, j and n plus I. So how to determine if the graph, if the resultant graph is connected, and then minimum spanning tree, cost of minimum spanning tree. You know, the graph is very weird actually. Since the initial n edges will not have any edge between them, then it becomes the responsibility of, what is L2R actually? L2R will be, okay, that is actually crazy. You know what? I have two questions, right? First question is, if the graph is connected. If the graph is connected, for any j greater than n, the cost of the edge connecting to it is already known. Cost connecting to it already known. क्योंकि उतना तो ऐड करना ही पड़ेगा, राइट? And since it is a graph, what will basically happen is n plus q edges, n plus q minus 1 edges will be there, right? So now you just have to make sure now every q will have one edge except one. No, it's not true actually. You know when it will be connected? It will be connected if the ranges where the operations are performed are not disjoint. There is no, there is not a single. That makes sense actually. But how will you merging कर सकते हैं हम दीवार को? But the problem is that you don't just have to calculate. You don't just have to know if the graph is connected. You also want to know the cost of the MST. You don't have to do that. Just have to select some edges, right? You don't have to select the whole range. As I was saying, for every Q, there will be some elements correctly treated. At least one edge you have to make. But point is, how many extra you get go? How many extra you will take, right? That is the question. That is the question. That is the question. I'm not sure. How will you know? So there are two questions now. First, to know if the graph is connected. So graph will always be connected if there is no index such that there is no. It is still possible that it will not be connected. There should not exist a line such that all the numbers are there. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So that can be checked. And that can be checked. So there is a problem here. The problem is that there is no problem. I'm not confident about the L2R NCIR given that. That makes sense actually. So let's calculate for the four are there, right? And there are three extras right here. Now, basically, the cost of 1 to 2 is 2, 2. Okay. Now, the other thing is basically 1, 2, 3. That is 4, 4, 4. So it will be 4. And then it is 2 to 4 is basically 5. So it will be 5, right? So it is connected. It is connected. First point is disconnected. Like this. So I will calculate the cost of this. Oh, wait a second. That is interesting actually. Hmm. That is interesting. Because इनका ऐसे कैलकुलेशन हो ही जाएगा. Now the question is whether they are able to connect themselves there. Right, but how will they connect themselves there? Hmm? How will they connect themselves there? How will they connect themselves there? Now 5422 is basically 13. Right. So now this 13 is absolutely correct. But the problem is that you have to make them connected. Right. You have to make them connected. So how will you make them connected? I guess these two can connect with two. What are you talking about? No, 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 no. So basically, there two and four. So make these two connected, right? Two and four. My answer is correct. I know how 22 is coming, but meaning the question is how they will connect between themselves. That is the question. I think he forgot to submit this. What is happening? Is it true? Is it true? That is the question now. So basically, if they all are making the same thing, So I don't know if I'm correct or not. Let's make a thing here. These are the numbers, right? These are the numbers basically. So now, first of all, there will be sum of these numbers, right? So basically, plus, plus, plus. It is absolutely needed. Now, the thing is, since they are already connected, they're not connected. To make them connection, you have to make connection between them, removing the maximum one, right? So again, you will add this thing here. So let's understand what is the answer of this. It is wrong. It is wrong. एक एडिशन तो होना है, ठीक है, यहां तक तो होना ही है. That's wrong. No, that's wrong actually. ये तो होना ही है, इतना तो बनता है. Is it less than that? Is it less than the answer? Is it less than the answer? That is the question now. It is definitely less than the answer. Like, oh my god. It is so crazy. There are still 5 places. As I was saying, logically, oh my god, that is true actually. Wait a second. So what was the minimum one? This was the minimum, right? So basically this will be multiplied something. But let's remove, wait a second, this thing will be multiplied with a thing that is basically this thing. Is it correct? And that is the question. I don't have one more. I need my calculator. Invalid input. Bro, are you mad? Let's demo the pi. Print eval. Python was not found. That is crazy, bro. That is so crazy. I don't have Python actually. I don't have Python. And run it. Waiting for the execution. The output is 351, which is not correct, but which is not very far also. 196518. Okay, that is very, very close actually. Every number is not added actually. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Why? Why? So guys, I don't know, man. There is time, but I don't know how it is working. Like, I have no idea. Every number, since you have to connect to this, right? Now, let's say these all are of no use, right? So now the only question is, how do you connect? How do you connect them between themselves? How do you connect them between themselves? So basically, what happens is you are given an array, right? So you have to, for each element, you have to connect them with some other element. That is the case, right? So for actually, there is something wrong because it will be that only. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got it, bro. We almost got it. So now the only question is, how do you connect them? So the connection is basically very interesting thing. You have to do some connection to know the minimum edge between any two, and then that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. For every, you just want to get the minimum, right? Accept yourself. It is interesting and it is doable, but I don't. How will you get the second maximum? Basically what I need is I need the maximum and the second maximum for a L2R. Got it? Like for a L2R, I need the minimum and second minimum. Yeah, that's what I need. Minimum and the second minimum for any L2R. For any L2R, I need the minimum. Leave it, bro. Doesn't matter. You just want second minimum actually. Second minimum I want, not. So basically, you know what the question is? The f of I will be is equals to minimum cost of any other j such that li, ri, and lj, rj intersect. Got it? Wait a second. Now 13 plus there is a problem there. There is a problem. यहाँ मैं निकाल रहा हूँ कि यहाँ से वहां जाने में चला गया. What I am missing out is basically Wait a second, Guston. Wait a second. Hello, hello, guys. I have a question. ये blue कैसा सारी screen? Why is it in blue? No idea. It is not happening, guys. It is not happening. Unfortunately, we are. I don't know if I'm even close to the answer, but okay. I will explain you the first five questions. I think all of them are very easy. Okay. So about this first question, you just have to make sure. So you are given n dishes. The a dish can be sweet or salty, and the restriction is you cannot eat two sweet dishes consecutively, right? So you can eat, but as soon as you eat two sweet dishes consecutively, you feel sick and you won't be able to you won't be able to eat any more dishes. So just you just have to print out how many dishes you will be eating, right? So just keep a count of consecutive dishes you are eating. Okay, so you have to determine if you can eat all, right? So you will have to loop over the dishes and keep a count of current consecutive sweet dishes, right? So let me show you my answer. So this was it, I guess. The last determines that if the last dish was uh, if the last dish was sweet or not, right? So the answer determines if I was able to eat all of the dishes or not. Sir. So I am looping all the dishes, inputting the dishes. If the ith dish is sweet, that means my consecutive sweet dish counter will be increased. Otherwise, it will be resetted to 0. Now, if the last is greater than 1, that basically means that I have eaten more than one consecutive sweet dish. And if this particular dish is not the last dish, that means that the answer will be 0 because I will not be able to eat any more dish. Right. So at the end, if the answer is 0, I print no. If the answer is yes, I print yes. All right. It was a pretty basic question. Let's go to the question B. Okay, in this question, okay, so basically you are given a grid. and a starting position in that grid. This grid contains cells which are either blocked or free, and the last you are given the operations you need to perform, right? So what happens is, if you are starting at a cell, you want to make these operations, and while making these operations, you need to make sure that you are not stepping outside the matrix, or you are not stepping in the blocked cell, right? So if you are doing so, then the operation will be skipped, right? That means if I'm at cell I and J, and if performing the operation makes me out of the grid, or performing the operation is resulting me in a block position, in a block cell, in that case I will be skipping the this particular operation. This is what the question is saying, and what we need to output as the answer is basically the resultant of this operation, right? So after performing this operation, what will be the resultant position in the matrix? We have to output that, right? So what did I do was, first I taken the dimensions of the matrix, starting positions. I made it zero based, right? Then I'm taking the matrix's input. Now there is this string is the string of operations. Now I'm creating a map. This map will determine. This map is basically mapping the operation with the net change. Okay, so if I want to make a up operation, that basically means that my x coordinate will be decreased by 1 and my y coordinate will remain same. The same I'm storing for down, left and right operations also. Okay, so now I'm looping over the operations I need to perform. Cx and Ci will be the next the resultant position if I perform this particular operation. So x plus info of s of I determines the operations. Dot first gives me the net change in x coordinate, net change in y coordinate, cx and cy. Then I'm checking if cx and cy first of all are in range, are in the matrix. Second, then I'm comparing if it's equals to free cell. That means that the next cell I'm visiting is free cell. So if this condition is true, then I'm changing my x and y coordinate to the new cx and cy. Otherwise, I will be skipping this operation, and at the end I'm printing out the coordinates 1 based. Okay. Now this question was the easiest. In this question, what we were asked was, I guess, yes. So we were given n dishes. Now the ith dish will have ai sweetness and bi saltiness, right? So the Takahashi plans to arrange these n dishes and then eat them in order such that eat them in order. Also, he will stop eating as soon as the what the total sweetness of the dishes he has eaten exceeds x, or the total saltiness of the dishes he has eaten exceeds y. Okay, so logically, so basically he will stop as soon as this condition is true. Okay, now our answer, what we need to answer is basically what is the minimum number of dishes he needs to eat before he can stop, right? So basically I took in the uh, values of A and B. So basically, here the values of A and B are not connected. I mean, they're connected in the quotient, but for the answer, you can treat them separately, right? So basically, what will our strategy be is we will try to take as many as big A as possible, right? And similarly for B also, we will take as many B as possible, as big as big B as possible. So basically, we are trying to choose the maximum AIs or the maximum BIs. Sorry, the biggest AIs or the biggest BIs, so that the dishes I need to, the number of dishes I need to eat is minimized, right? So first of all, I sort and reversed both A and B. Now I'm maintaining two things, SA and SB. SA will determine sum of A, that is the sum of sweetness and the sum of bitterness. Bitterness is na? Sorry, saltiness. Okay. So answer equals n. N basically I'm initializing it with n because at the worst case you are going to eat all the n dishes, right? So now I'm going to loop over the dishes, adding the sum in adding AI in SA and adding BI in SB. Now I'm checking if any of the SA or SB is making the condition true, right? SA is greater than X or SB is greater than Y, right? If it's getting true, that then this means that I just need to eat the first I plus 1 dishes and then break the condition because I don't need to eat any more dishes. Okay. Now about the D. D was also not very difficult, I guess. So here, whatever given was actually the question was confusing. Let me rephrase the question for you. So you were given endpoints and Q queries. Okay, endpoints and Q queries, and for each query you were given uh, you are given endpoints in a number line in Q queries. For each of the query, you are given X and K, right? What is this X? X is basically the uh, coordinate in the number line, and K is the query basically. K is basically the what do you want as a K? Where is the K? K jet closest point. Okay. Okay. So uh, for each query X in K, we need to find kth closest point to X. Okay. In A. Okay, so this is A, right? So if you consider this as the number line and the points are placed in this number line, so you want to answer the queries. Okay. So the answer will be equals to distance of kth closest point. Okay. So now to find the kth closest point, what I did was I first of all sorted all the points. Okay. Sorted all the points. Now, now what I'm doing is I'm binary searching over the value of mid. What this mid? This mid is basically the answer. I'm binary searching over the answer what the answer basically means is, let's say my answer is, let's say, let the answer equals to x. Okay, let's say answer equals to, I guess, let's say mid. Okay, so now what you can do is all the points in the range of x minus mid till x plus mid are have basically have distance with x less than equals mid, right? So all the points between this in this range have the distance with x less than equals to mid, right? So basically, if this count of points, if this count of points in this range is getting greater, is at least is greater than equals to k, that means the answer, that means the mid is the valid candidate for the answer. Okay, for a mid, you will define you will get a range, and you know that all of the points in this range will have the distance with x less than equals to mid. Okay, so now if you get the count of the number of points in this range, if this number of points in this range is greater than equals to k, that means that mid is the valid candidate for the answer. Okay, so if mid is the valid candidate for the answer, that means that I can try with even smaller mid, right? Because अगर मिड काम कर रहा है तो मिड से बड़े तो काम करेंगे ही, बिकॉज मिड्स डिफाइन द रेंज. As the mid increases, the range also increases. So if I'm increasing the mid, the range will increase and the count will also increase. So that means the condition will remain true, greater than equals to mid. Okay, so I'm just binary searching over that, and I'm finding the best minimum mid for which this condition is true. Okay, so let me paste it here only. So the answer will be minimum mid for which count of x minus mid comma x plus mid is greater than equals to k. That is all. Okay, so basically distance is basically the answer. Okay, let me just change it to the answer so that my explanation matches with the code. Okay, so now low and high, the minimum distance and the maximum possible distance. Now I'm doing binary search for a particular mid. I am calculating hx and lw. Hx is the, sorry, it should be this only now. Hx is basically the index in error of I, maximum index. Wait a second, man. Maximum index in error I such that distance of hx, a of hx and x is less than equals to k. So less than equals to mid, and again the minimum index in, wait a second, what is happening? Minimum index in error phi such that distance of a of lw lx comma x is less than equals to mid. Okay, this is what I want to calculate, and then this is the valid range, right? A of hx lx till hx is all points in R have distance with x less than equals to mid, right? So basically, I'm calculating the length of this range. If the length of this range is greater than equals to k, that means I have more than k points, right? More than equals to k points. That means my mid is the valid candidate for the answer. That's why I'm updating my answer with mid, and then I'm moving to search on the left part of the array, left part, that is 0 to mid minus 1, or I am going to the right part, and then I'm just outputting the answer. I really hope I'm making sense, right? So this was a good question. This was a really good question, right? So in this question, what is given is you are given n dishes again. The ith dish will have AI sweetness and the BI saltiness. Takahashi can eat the dish. Okay, Takahashi will arrange the dishes, and then Snook will eat as many dishes as possible. Okay, and then again the condition for eating dishes is again same. That is, uh, as soon as the sum of sweetness exceeds x, you will stop, or the sum of saltiness exceeds y, you will stop. Okay, so what the answer will be is maximum number of dishes Snook will eat if Takahashi arranges the dishes optimally. So what you want is you want to arrange the dishes in such a way that when someone start eating the dishes in order, he will be able to eat uh, maximum possible dishes, right? So first of all, let's rephrase the question. Okay, so the question will be basically, instead of arranging, let's change the question to choosing a subset, right? So a subset of dishes will be valid if sum of AIs in the subset, if the sum of AIs is less than equals to x and sum of BIs is less than equals y. Okay, so now the answer will be the longest length of longest valid subset of dishes. Okay, so now again, you can see it is a subset question. The n is also very temptingly small, right? N is 80 and AI, BI, and x and y is less than equals to 10 to the power 4. Okay, so basically this is a DP question only. You just have to manipulate the states such that the memory limit doesn't exceed and the computation also doesn't exceed time limit. Okay, so what I did was I created a state dp of I comma j. I created a dp ijk, right? Ijk. Okay, so ijk will represent the minimum sum of bi, minimum sum of b's, if j dishes are chosen from first I dishes with sum of a's equals k. Okay, so this was the DP I'm maintaining. So now, if you look at this DP, it will be valid only if, so if for ijk dp of, if dp of I comma j comma k is less than equals to x, is less than equals to y, that basically means that j is the candidate for the answer. J is the length. Okay, J is the number of dishes I have chosen, right? So J is the valid candidate for the answer. Simple as that, right? And let's say at the end, the final answer will be equals to minimum of answer plus 1 comma m. You will say why plus 1? Because I'm calculating the valid only, right? But what happens is uh, he ends when the condition breaks. Okay, he ends when the condition breaks. So after you have chosen the maximum valid, you can also choose one more so that it breaks, but the condition finally gets false, and he stops eating, right? That's what I mean. He can eat one more. So answer dishes are valid. One more he eats, the sweetness becomes more or the saltness becomes more, right? And he stops, right? But he can only do if the answer is not the whole array. Okay. So now this is the case, and it's pretty easy to calculate this DP. It's not very hard. We will see. So again, I'm calculating AI and BI. I'm inputting AI and BI, and I'm storing this DP globally, and then I'm initializing the DP values with y plus 1. Y plus 1 is basically because if if DP value is greater than y, that means it is invalid, right? So initially all the cases are invalid. So now I'm this is the base cases, right? Base case is what, right? Nothing is chosen, and this will be the case. First element is chosen. Okay. So now this is the so I'm looping over I, j, k. I'm starting I from 1 because for 0 I have already initialized the base case. Okay. So now j, so j cannot be greater than I plus 1 because j is the number of element I'm choosing, right? So number of element I'm choosing cannot be greater than number of elements I have processed till yet, right? So and k is the sum of a's, and sum of a's cannot exceed x, right? So I have to take care of that as well. Okay. So this is the case where I'm not choosing ith dish. Okay. So this is the case choosing the ith dish. Okay. So if I'm not choosing the ith dish, I can simply update the DP of ijk with the last index value. Okay, with the previous index value. If I am choosing to update, if I'm choosing the ith dish, that means that my k minus ai should be greater than equals to 0, right? And j should be positive. That means I cannot I cannot choose ith dish if the j value is 0. Simple as that. J represent how many I'm choosing, right? So if I'm choosing 0, how can I choose I dish? Simple as that, right? So now how I'm updating it with DP of ijk is equals to so basically this is the previous value after which I will be choosing ith dish. So this is the value of last dish I'm choosing, and bi is the saltiness of the ith dish. And if the DP of I of DPIJK is less than y, that means that it is valid. This particular case is valid. So I'm updating my answer, and at the end I'm printing minimum of an answer of answer +1, right? Okay. I hope I was making sense throughout the explanation. And thank you for watching the video, I guess, if I choose to upload this video. And that's it. Bye.